No deal. No deal.
No deal.
No deal.
No deal.
No deal.
No f***ing deal.
No deal.
No deal.
No deal.
No deal.
For most, I don't encourage stealing. When they said, Akim, let's deal, I have to follow them.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Suren, part of the owner of RKS SPORTS CENTRE.
Okay, yes.
All right. Yeah, I've been working very closely with Jeremy for a few projects, and yeah, I'm happy to be here today.
Okay, perfect. So Suren is, for those who don't know, is one of the partners that we did the No Deal tournament with, right? And he's been very supportive in terms of the facility providing and also basically helping with everything that was to do with the tournament lah. So just to get your view, because I think some of the viewers also want to know, why would a facility partner up with an academy to do something like this,
right,
which kind of sometimes shake the scene, sometimes turn people the wrong way, you know, you might rub people the wrong way as well. So in your opinion, right, what did you think of the No Deal tournament as a whole?
Okay, as a whole, I think it's awesome. So whenever I talk about it, you know, it's basically a very, very, very unique phenomena, I'll say. The vibe being in that situation, it's no joke. It's excellent.
Okay. So like, what did you like about it? Like, if you were to name a few pointers.
Okay, what I like about it is that the players take it seriously.
Yeah.
You know, like you are dealing with professional players. You know, like you have the check-in period. You will see players running, even though they know they're going to be late, they'll be running to try to make it for the registration. So that's how serious we were during the No Deal tournament.
Yeah.
Like you can see professional players, like I literally saw a few players running, and some were late. They tried to give reason about it, but rule is a rule. That's it.
Yeah. So I think what people might not understand what you're saying in terms of like why were they running is because when most tournaments are organized, they say kickoff is at 8:30.
Correct.
But you see players walk in at 8:30.
Correct.
So then the game start at 8:45, 8:50. Sometimes you push to 9, which in turn results every other game being delayed.
Your team had less players, and I see you were defending in your own half. Was that one part of your strategy? And then I saw towards the second half, you guys went all out. Everyone was attacking up and down, up and down. How did you guys manage your stamina throughout the whole game?
Actually, in the beginning, we surprised that 3 or 4 players didn't show up today. So the coach told us we had to defend midfield. so we can maintain ourselves and breathe.
This is a problem for teams, it's a problem for court owners, it's a problem for everybody as a whole. But it's a culture that there is no discipline and there is no professionalism from the ground up lah. This is even when it comes to just being on time.
Correct.
Right? And I think in no deal there was a bit of a problem on the first day because people were fighting with us because we didn't allow them to play.
Yep.
But I think we stuck by it, and then the next day we started to see everyone is on time. So we can take back from this saying that like Malaysians are capable of being on time. Management were telling their players, if you're not on time, we will kill you.
Correct.
You know, like I saw some of the managers telling their players, if tomorrow you all come late, get out of the team. This is how it should be.
Yeah.
You know, if you believe you should be treated as a pro player or with a certain level of a futsal player,
correct,
then you should treat the sport the same way.
Cause I am born with a mouth full of harm, gotta grate that cheese from my hands full of palm, so I load that dream that I got from the farm till that blue dream takes my ass to the stars. Look at me, I done landed on Mars. Oh my sheesh, got a pass full of scars. Stabbed in the heart, gotta get back to the start. And now I'm back with a heart. That individual, that killing these ghosts like a ritual. That individual killing these ghosts like a ritual. That individual.
For those who did not get the chance to see the no deal final, so we'll basically break it down for you.
Yeah.
So as usual, it was basically it started off 2-0 and then it was 2-2 and then it's penalties, right?
Correct.
But in any other league setting, this is the perfect scenario for a deal.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Because at the end they don't want to go back empty-handed,
Yes.
right? But maybe you could tell from your point of view, how did you view that?
Okay, from the very beginning, I will say the hype about the final. Like, I will just tell you guys, like, even a mama shop was playing it live in their shop.
Oh,
Everybody was basically watching the live. In whoever is not in RKS, they were at the mama shop. Those mama shop nearby in RKS, they were playing it live telecast. No, they're sharing their live. That's how hype it was. Okay, then during the final itself, when Old KK was leading 2-0, you can see how Negeri Sembilan or Canon was. That they were giving everything to basically get back into the game. So that's what we want actually. It's like that's the final that we actually want to watch.
Yeah.
It's good. The moment they scored that one goal, they were able to get into the game and they were able to equalize. You will be able to see how the bench was celebrating and how old KK players were down, disappointed that the equalized game.
Yeah.
The crowd were cheering. That's what we want. The final that we actually wanted, it happened.
Yeah.
And coming to the penalty, you'll be able to see, those professional players who have played a very high league in Malaysia. The nervous, the anxious, everything was there. We were able to witness ourselves. Some players did not even want to take the penalty kick.
Yeah.
And some players were able to, come up from their comfort zone and say, okay, let's do
step
it.
up there.
Yeah, let's step up. Let's step up and do it.
Yeah.
The goalkeepers were giving everything.
Yeah, so like what people don't understand is that if you look at one-day tournaments or even certain leagues, there's always an element of match fixing.
Correct.
Right? Whether it's group stage, they allow teams to score 10 goals, just get goal difference. Whether it's the semi-finals where they agree to share the prize money, all this kind of stuff, right?
Correct.
And when you saw the final, there is no way to 100% say nobody dealt lah, because I don't think there is unless
any element.
Right. But based on how they played that game and how the penalty shootout was taken out, there is no way that there was any dealing involved.
Correct.
Because you could see raw emotion.
Clear evidence of.
It was crazy because like these are players who are not social players. Right? These are pro players. Some
players,
national players. Some, and you could see like they don't want, like you mentioned, like some don't want to take penalty, which I was a bit like, okay.
They even took out their shoes.
Yeah.
They was like, no way, I'm taking the penalty. It's like, that's what we wanted.
Yeah, but that's the essence of what the sport is.
Correct.
Right? There should be something to lose, or in other words, something to win
for. Yeah.
Right? But what the dealing culture has done is taken this element away, and people play purely for the money.
Correct.
Just nak tanya abang punya perasaan pasal dealing lah.
Okay. Sebenarnya dealing ni bagi saya lah memang tak sihat lah untuk kita sebagai pemain futsal ke, bola sepak ke, apa-apa saja sukan lah.
Yeah.
Sebenarnya tak bagus sebab bila kita deal, kita dah tahu dah. Kita pergi mana-mana, kita jumpa tim ni, bila sampai je suku ataupun semi, dah tahu dah. Kita deal lah. Bagi saya tak sihat lah untuk kita sebagai player sukan ataupun kita sebagai pemain profesional. Tak kisahlah apa-apa sukan pun kita tak
so abang lah. Pernah experience lah dalam Liga Haram semua.
Betul, saya pernah experience Liga Haram, Liga Persatuan, dan untuk kebangsaan pun saya pernah bantu.
Kebangsaan ada?
Ada, saya pernah buat. Tak ada masalah
okay.
tu.
So abang rasa dia ganggu bukan saja orang yang main sukan, tapi organizer juga, ref punya kerja pun ganggu kan kalau di league?
Ya, betul. Dia ganggu semua. Dia akan ganggu semua. Pasukan, pemain. Kadang-kadang dalam satu tim tu dia ada yang nak main. Tapi disebabkan 2-3 orang dah deal, dia kecewa lah.
So, kalau abang ada nasihat, apa yang cara terbaik kalau kita nak
atasi benda ni lah.
Benda ni lah.
Okay, bagi saya kalau boleh, kita dah main sukan ni, orang kata kebanyakan player-player kita semua dah main lama. Jadi kawan kita pun dah kenal. Tak perlu, bagi saya tak perlulah kita nak deal. Kita main je. Walaupun kata kita jumpa sama-sama kita pun kita main je. Semangat sukan. So menang kalah tu memang ada permainan. Jadi tak perlulah kita nak deal. Bagi saya tak sihat lah, tak cantik lah untuk generasi yang akan datang.
So patutnya you rasa mungkin organizer yang kena tegaskan.
Patutnya organizer kena orang kata strong lah kat situ. Kena kuat lah. Mana kena tengok betul-betul coach pun apa semua kena support lah benda ni.
Ajar budak-budak.
Yes. Jangan kita deal lah, kita tak mau. Kita sebagai referee pun kadang-kadang aduh mak tak cantik lah.
Bosan juga.
Yes, betul.
Lagi satu nak tanya, apakah yang experience paling teruk yang abang tengok pasal dealing? Jumlah dia berapa ke, berapa tim yang deal ke?
Dia yang paling teruk saya tengok sampai suku dia dah deal lah. Itu sebabkan dia punya jumlah, dia punya menang hadiah tu start daripada tempat ke-8. Tempat ke-8 dah ada.
So,
jadi
tempat ke-8 semua sekali deal lah?
Yes, semua deal. Itu yang saya rasa macam alamak kecewa ni. Kita dah buat game daripada grouping sampai suku habis balik.
I think there was another interview by another team that just recently did a podcast about the idea that, okay, it's passive income. They get about, let's say, 200 to 300 every week, right? And some of them play Saturday and Sunday. So that's about 400 to 600 every weekend.
Correct.
You times that by 4, that's about 1,600 to 2,004, which is decent money lah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they say that, how can they say no to this if they are from a situation whereby they are not privileged enough, right? This is when it comes back to me and they go like, you got money, you can talk lah. But I have a certain point of view, but I would like to hear what you think of that.
Okay, very, very, very interesting question. Right, challenging as well. Basically, it's for me as we were sharing all this, it's a culture, all right. Where it leads into social players don't want it to go into professional because of this passive income.
Yeah, because they earn more.
Correct. They earn more. Like they said, I've asked few players as well.
Yeah.
Why do you prefer staying in a social league rather than going into a professional league? Because professional league doesn't guarantee you a stable income.
Yeah.
Like you can be playing, but getting it, I'm not sure whether I'm going to get paid. So that's what I get.
Yeah, so there are two problems. One is the pay is not good.
Yeah.
The second is, will they even get the money or
Correct.
not lah? They were promised.
So they said they rather stay to social, where the terms they can sapu everything lah. Like every weekend they will just sapu. You'll be seeing the same faces in every tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually understand from where they are coming from. It's like, you know, they are just doing it for the money. Probably for the love of sports, but at the same time for the money. So there is no right or wrong answer for this. For me, if everything can be done in a very, very professional way. Like for example, okay, you want to encourage people to go into professional league. Okay. Every organizer should not encourage in terms of you want to do, okay, there's no professional players allowed. No foreign players allowed. But because these will basically discourage players, good players, to move into a professional level.
Yeah. But I have a bit of a different viewpoint on this. It might get me in some trouble for saying this, but I think it's necessary.
Okay.
So, yes, they are from a certain background, but this is a sport. It's not work. If you are good enough to be paid to play, you will.
Yeah.
This is how I look at it.
Correct.
Go play pro.
Correct.
Right? And you should, whatever salary, if the pro scene is a problem, that's a different problem altogether.
Yes.
But if you are good enough to be paid to play, you will earn that right.
Yeah.
But at this level, or social or semi-pro and all of this is a sport whereby the best should win. And the integrity of the sport cannot be affected.
Correct.
Right? If you're going there for a salary, go and find a job.
Correct.
We just need people to be more aware of this. And I think the best way is to show by example.